What's up guys, Luke here with another video. In today's video we're going to be talking about the 7 different learning styles and how to identify them. That way you make sure that you are getting the information and retaining it when you're trying to benefit yourself. Let's go. Hey everybody, so we're going to be talking about the 7 different learning styles. Now the reason why this is important is if you are trying to get information, whether it's investing in an online course, a book, or audio, or whatever it may be, or even in-person training, you have to first identify what is your learning style. Now there's 7 different learning styles out there. You may have heard of them before, maybe you haven't, but we're going to go over them today, and I'm also going to share what my personal learning style is and why I prefer that style. So the first one on my list is visual. Now a lot of people out there are visual learners. So basically you prefer using pictures, images, and actually, understanding and seeing it kind of before you. A lot of people learn this way just because of the fact that you see it. Typically people don't believe anything, or it doesn't really stick until they see it. It's kind of like the phrase, a picture is worth 1,000 words. So visual learning is number 1 on my list. The second type of learning is basically like musical or audio learning, which is basically meaning you prefer sound and music. Now this is kind of a cool learning style because I don't think there's a lot of people out there that can just listen to something without seeing it and retain the information. However, if you notice that you kind of pick up on stuff just through audio, it's a really easy way to learn, because nowadays with Bluetooth and all of the technology we have in cars, you can often download books and actually sync them up to your car and listen to them while you drive. All of us drive every day, whether you're in a business or you still work a part-time job or a full-time job. But if you use this time to benefit yourself and actually listen to something, that's going to teach you about business, you can literally get knowledge while you're driving, and you're not even going to be, working. It's not even going to be as hard as reading a book or anything. So if you're one of those people that are blessed that can learn just by listening to audio, you should probably pick up an audiobook and start playing it in your car. The third thing I have on my list is verbal. Basically, you prefer using words both in speech and writing. So this would be the type of learning where reading an online article and then either writing it down and thinking about what you learned, or just somebody verbally telling you, basically, teaching you about something just verbally. They don't necessarily have to go into a big picture graph or anything like that, but just speaking it or writing it to you. The next type of learning on my list, number 4, is physical learning. So you prefer basically using your body, hands, and a sense of touch. As you can see in a lot of my videos, I like to physically kind of express what I'm talking about. The 5th thing on my list is logical learning. You prefer using logic, reasoning, and systems. So this kind of learning is basically if somebody shows you a pie graph, or not a pie graph, but a pie chart, or shows you a graph, or some kind of system where basically everything adds up and makes logical sense, this is how you learn. It's basically mathematical. That's basically what it means, is if you learn by numbers, facts, and logic. The 6th thing I have on my list is social. So basically interpersonal, you prefer to learn in groups or with other people, meaning that you learn better by example. People who learn like this are completely blessed, because if you see somebody who makes a mistake in life, you might learn by watching their situation, and then you will not go into that situation yourself because you learned basically from a distance by a social experience. The 7th thing on my list is solitary learning, meaning you prefer to work alone and use self-study. This is also kind of a blessing and a curse. Now the reason why I say it's a blessing and a curse is it's great that you can work alone and get a lot done, but at the same time, a lot of people who are solitary learners, they're kind of stubborn. They don't want to invest in online courses. They don't want to read books, and for that reason being, they might never learn as much as somebody who's open to change, because of the fact that they're so stuck on learning by themselves that they don't ever get anybody else's perspective. So these are the 7 type of learning styles, and if you guys have any feedback, I would love to see a comment down below just to see what you guys think. I would love to see what your learning style is and see if this video kind of helped you, because for me, I really didn't start learning a lot until I figured out and identified what my learning style was. My learning style is, 1 is logical. I need to see facts. I need to see numbers. If you tell me your business can make me $50,000 a month, but when I ask you, okay, what are your numbers, and your numbers don't add up, I'm not going to like it, I'm not going to learn it, and I'm not going to be interested in it. The second thing, and that kind of goes hand in hand with my logical learning style, is visual. I like to see things. I like to learn by online courses. I like to actually see it done. So if you have an online course and you've got numbers there, you've got, everything kind of laid out that makes logical sense for me, and not to mention, it's visual, I'm seeing images, pictures, or video, I'm totally on it and I'm totally hooked. The third learning style, which is probably my least favorite out of the three, and most people do have more than one learning style, you're not just going to be one person, but you might have a favorite learning style out of these 7, is I like writing or reading. I like reading stuff. I do like reading books. Obviously, you can't see in the video, but off to the right here, I do have a bookshelf that's basically full of business books. And the funny thing about reading is, in my opinion, it's kind of like going to the gym. It's kind of boring, but once you get into a good book and you actually start enjoying it, you won't believe that you won't put it down. You won't even believe that you could sit there and read a book and have it done in a few hours and then be like, wow, the book's done. So, like I said, basically visual, logical, and then, physical, like, actually seeing it. These are important things, and if you kind of feel like you're just not learning, it might be because you're not identifying your learning style. Like a lot of people who go to school often don't learn, and then some people do, and that's because in school, they only teach one way, but you have a classroom of, say, 30 people. Now, if 20 of those people learn by visual and, physical, and they're literally there sitting in class and they're taking it all in and they're learning, well, the other, 10 people or other part of the class, they might not learn that way. So that's why a lot of people fail in school, not because they're not smart, but because of the fact that not everybody learns the same way. And since it's all taught one way, they aren't getting their, learning styles met. It's just taught one way. So, like I said, identifying your learning style is kind of an important part about being an entrepreneur. I hope you guys enjoy these videos. Obviously, my YouTube channel is mainly based on phone flipping, but in the future here, what I'm actually trying to transition to is basically I want this to be a financial education channel, which teaches you how to make money, how to save money, and just kind of how to identify your strengths and just financial awareness, basically. Obviously, the channel's always going to have a huge focus on phone flipping, and then flipping in general. I also might branch off into just flipping in general, because I flip a lot of things, not just phones. I also have rental properties that I own, and I really just kind of want to bring general awareness to everybody about, financial accountability and just awareness, how to learn, how to get better, and how to make money. Obviously, you got to make money. That's probably the most important one about financial awareness, is actually making money. So obviously, I've got an online course. That's always going to be there for people, but I'm just saying, I hope you guys don't mind videos like this where we kind of talk about general financial stuff or learning styles, etc., just to bring awareness to the community and the people who are subscribed to my channel. So if you haven't already, make sure you smash that like button, make sure you subscribe, and if you would, drop a comment down below. Would love to chat with everybody and see what you think, and would love to hear what everybody's learning style is. So that being said, I will see you in the next video.